Charging orders explained. How to stop one in the UK. A charging order does not mean you are losing your home tomorrow. It does mean the deadlines matter. If you own property and a creditor already has a county court judgment against you, they can apply for a further court order that ties the debt to your property. That is a charging order. Citizens Advice describes a charging order as very serious, because you could lose your home if you do not pay back what you owe. It is worth being straight about that. It is also worth being accurate, because a final charging order on its own does not force you to sell. This guide explains the two stages: what a judge is being asked to decide, how long you have to object, what conditions can be attached, and when a creditor can and cannot go on to ask for an order for sale. This page covers England and Wales. Quick answer. What is a charging order? A charging order is a court order that secures a debt against property you own. If a creditor has a county court judgment or other court order against you, they can apply for another court order that secures a debt against your home or other property you own. It happens in two stages. The creditor first has to get an interim charging order, which the court usually grants to stop you selling the property without your creditor knowing. Then the court decides whether to make a final charging order. A final charging order does not mean you have to sell your property. It means that if you sell, you must pay your creditor out of the proceeds. If the creditor wants to force a sale, they have to apply for a separate order, called an order for sale. After you have been served with an interim charging order, you have 28 days to object to a final charging order in writing to the court and the creditor. Where does a charging order come from? A charging order is not a first step. It sits after a court judgment. The usual route is missed payments, then a default notice, then a letter of claim, then a county court claim form, then a judgment, and only then enforcement. A charging order is one of the enforcement routes available once judgment exists. Gov.uk explains that if you get a county court judgment for debt, the court has formally decided that you owe the money, and that if you ignore the judgment, you could be taken back to court and forced to pay. That is why the CCJ stage matters so much. The earlier you deal with the paperwork, the more options you tend to have. The 1st of October 2012 rule that catches people out. Many people believe that as long as they keep paying their CCJ installments, a charging order cannot happen. That used to be broadly true. It changed. The difference is the date of the judgment. If the creditor got the CCJ before the 1st of October 2012, they can only apply for a charging order if you missed the deadline for paying the whole debt, or you're paying by installments and have missed a payment. If the creditor got the CCJ on or after the 1st of October 2012, they can apply for a charging order straight away, even if you are up to date with payments under the CCJ. So the first thing to check is the date of the judgment. It changes what the creditor is allowed to do. A final charging order is not the same as losing your home, but missing the objection deadline can cost you the chance to influence what happens next. Stage 1. The interim charging order. The application always has two stages, and the creditor first has to get an interim order. The court usually grants an interim order to stop you selling your property without your creditor knowing, before the final order can be made. An interim charging order is usually made by a court officer without a hearing. There will only be a hearing with a judge if you are up to date with an installment order that was made before the 1st of October 2012, or the court officer thinks there is a reason the application should be considered by a judge. If the decision is made by a court officer, your creditor has to send you a copy of the interim order within 21 days of the order being made. When it arrives, check the date on the order. Check the debt and amount it relates to. Check the property described. Check whether the property is in your sole name or joint names. And check whether a hearing date has been given. Important! You have 28 days to object. This is the deadline most people miss. After you have been served with an interim charging order, you have 28 days to object to a final charging order, and you must send your objection in writing to the court and the creditor. If you send an objection, there will be a hearing at your local county court, and a judge will decide whether to make the final charging order. If you do not send any objections, the judge will decide whether the charging order can be made final without a hearing. If a judge has already arranged a hearing after making the interim decision, you must send your objection to the court and the creditor at least 7 days before the hearing. Go to the hearing if there is one. If you cannot attend, explain this to the court and ask for a different hearing date, because if you do not go, the court is likely to make the order final. Stage 2. The final charging order. If the court grants a final charging order and you sell your property, you must pay your creditor back out of the proceeds. A final charging order does not mean you have to sell your property. At the hearing, the judge will look at the evidence you have sent explaining why you do not want a charging order to be made, look at the arguments made by your creditor, and decide whether to make a final charging order, after considering both sides. You can also ask the judge to attach conditions to the final charging order, which makes it harder for the creditor to force a sale. That is why turning up, or at least filing a written objection, matters. Even where the order is made, the terms may not be the terms the creditor asked for. What if you own the property jointly? Joint ownership does not automatically protect you, but it does limit what the creditor can secure. If you own your property jointly with someone else, but the debt is only in your name, the creditor can only get a charging order for your share of the property. That share is known as your interest. This is an area where the detail of ownership equity and any existing mortgage really matters, and where you should get help from a qualified debt advisor or a solicitor. What is an order for sale? This is the part many homeowners worry about most, but it is a separate court step after a final charging order. An order for sale is when a creditor asks the court to force the sale of a property so the charging order debt can be paid from the proceeds. It does not happen automatically just because a charging order exists. If you receive order for sale papers, do not ignore them. There can be short deadlines, and the court will look at the circumstances before deciding what happens next. When a creditor cannot get an order for sale, there are limits, and they are worth knowing. A creditor cannot get an order for sale if both of the following apply. You owe less than £1,000, including any court costs, and the debt is covered by the Consumer Credit Act. A creditor also cannot get an order for sale if the county court judgment was made on or after the 1st of October 2012. You were ordered to pay by instalments, and you are up to date with those payments. That last point matters. Keeping to the instalment terms of the judgment can still protect your position even after a charging order exists. Can a creditor threaten a charging order to make you pay more? No, not where the firm is FCA regulated. The FCA rules say a firm must not threaten to commence court action, including an application for a charging order or an order for sale, in order to pressurize a customer in or approaching arrears or in default to pay more than they can reasonably afford. The rules also say a firm must not take disproportionate action against a customer in arrears or default, and in particular must not apply to court for an order for sale or submit a bankruptcy petition without first having fully explored more proportionate options. If a letter reads like a threat designed to make you find money you do not have, keep it. That letter may be the basis of a complaint. Can a charging order be removed? Sometimes, but it is not simple and it is not automatic. Citizens' advice refers to using the N244 court application form if you want to ask the court to set aside a final charging order. Realistically, this is a point where you should get help from a qualified debt advisor, an approved debt advisor, or a solicitor. The grounds are technical, there is a court fee, and getting it wrong can waste both time and money. Where the underlying judgment itself is wrong, for example, if you did not receive the original claim or you do not owe the money, the judgment stage may be the thing to look at, rather than the charging order. Your charging order checklist. Find the date of the county court judgment. Check whether it was before, on or after the 1st of October 2012. Check whether you were ordered to pay instalments and whether you are up to date. Read the interim charging order and note the date it was served. Mark 28 days from that date in your diary for your objection. Check whether a hearing date has already been set. Put your objection in writing to both the court and the creditor. Gather evidence. Ownership, equity, other secured debts, household circumstances, dependents, health. Use the TRDG budget planner to set out what you can realistically pay. Get help from a qualified debt advisor or solicitor because your home may be involved. Attend the hearing if there is one. If you cannot, tell the court and ask for another date. Frequently asked questions about charging orders. What is a charging order? A court order that secures a debt against property you own, applied for by a creditor who already has a county court judgment or other court order against you. Does a charging order mean I have to sell my home? No. A final charging order does not mean you have to sell your property. It means that if you sell, you must pay your creditor out of the proceeds. Can they still apply if I'm paying my CCJ? If the CCJ was made on or after the 1st of October 2012, a creditor can apply straight away, even if you're up to date with payments. How long do I have to object? After being served with an interim charging order, you have 28 days to object to a final charging order, in writing, to the court and the creditor. What if a hearing has already been arranged? Send your objection to the court and the creditor at least 7 days before the hearing. Can I make it harder for them to force a sale? You can ask the judge to attach conditions to a final charging order, which makes it harder for the creditor to force a sale. When can a creditor not get an order for sale? If you owe less than £1,000, including court costs, and the debt is covered by the Consumer Credit Act. Also, where the CCJ was made on or after the 1st of October 2012, you were asked to pay instalments and you are up to date. What if the debt is only in my name, but we own the house jointly? The creditor can only get a charging order for your share, known as your interest. Can a company threaten a charging order to make me pay more? The FCA rules say a firm must not threaten court action, including an application for a charging order, to pressurize a customer to pay more than they can reasonably afford. The real debt guy. Final thoughts. Charging orders sit in a strange place. They are genuinely serious, and they are also widely misunderstood. A final charging order does not put your home on the market. It ties a debt to the property. The step that forces a sale is a separate application with its own hearing, and there are situations where it cannot be made at all. What tends to decide the outcome is not how frightened someone was. It is whether they read the paperwork, met the 28-day objection window, put their position in writing, and turned up. If your home is involved, this is the point to get proper help, rather than working it out alone. Bring the judgment date, the interim order, your ownership details, and your budget. Then deal with the deadline in front of you, not the worst case in your head. Join our community at therealdebtguy.com/join-our-community. This is general information and education only, not personal financial advice. The Real Debt Guy is not FCA regulated.